But in what scenario, in what simulation led by Ed Harris do the Dodgers not win the NL West? I'm just asking. So, yes, it means you're going to win a little less because you have to risk a little more. But wouldn't you rather win a little less than lose? That's what I have been misunderstanding from the beginning of my relationship with DraftKings, which I love and appreciate and am thankful for. But I'll give you value. The Dodgers are going to win the NL West. The NL Central is an interesting division. I would like to take a moment here, Coke, if you don't mind. And this is only, now I don't want you to turn me off. I don't want you to be turned off. But this is really for people in St. Louis. You know how much I love some of you more than others. And I know how much you love your Cardinals. And I know how jealous I am of the Cardinals fans because of the success you've had. How jealous I always was of the DeWitt family, who didn't get the Orioles with Peter Angelos in the early 90s, instead bought the Cardinals and have had huge jewelry success, revenue success, new ballpark success, ballpark village success. So it pains me to tell you that I don't care what the odds are for the St. Louis Cardinals, and Coke is going to whisper it in my ear to win the division. They have no chance, toilet pants. Not one. We're not used to seeing the Cardinals in a position going into a season where they can't win. The Cardinals are in a position, spoiler alert, they can't even make the playoffs. This is going to be the type of year that you're not used to. So I encourage you to find solace in other pursuits, like a daily podcast or maybe a visit to New York. Because if I were you, while you may be tempted to go for the plus 600, that is a losing proposition. So there is no value. So hop on a plane. Come visit. The NL East is my favorite division. You know that. I was in it for all 18 years in baseball. I see the Braves in my sleep. I hear the chop in my living, waking nightmares. The Atlanta Braves are starting Chris Sale tomorrow, and you may say, how can Chris Sale stay healthy? How is it even possible that the Braves, and they don't have Strider back for another month? Oh, by the way, they don't have Acuna for another month. Silver lining, they're going to be back early in the season. And the Phillies certainly seem to be a deeper, better team with a better rotation. And look at that offense with Bryce, who's getting ready to accept a 59-year extension for $690 gazillion. The fact of the matter is the Braves are still the toast of the NL East. While it is slim at plus 110, the Braves will prevail in the National League East. Forgiveness for not discussing the Marlins, but I think you know where I stand. Let's go over to the American League. Who remembers my pick of the day today? Raise your hand if you don't mind. Do you remember that I told you don't ever give up? Do you remember my World Series pick last year? To my friends in the Pacific Northwest, I haven't forgotten about you. I love you. I'm sorry that you didn't get another bat, but don't you worry. When Ichiro throws out the first pitch tomorrow to start another season, you will look back on this as the start of an amazing journey toward a division title. I'm not giving up on the Seattle Mariners and their rotation, regardless of injury, regardless of lack of bat, while acknowledging it was very nice that they signed Rowley to a $100 million extension. He was on the team anyway. While acknowledging the disapproval that many of you have up there, not over the weather, but over the beauty of wasting a rotation that is to die for. The Mariners will prevail in the AL West. And you're going to get plus 250 for that little nugget. The nugget I have in the AL Central is a little better than that. A lot of people are super excited about the Detroit Tigers. Super duper excited. I am too, actually. The Detroit Tigers made unbelievable progress with A.J. Hinch, the aforementioned Houston Astros manager who was let go in the garbage can banging scandal. He's got a team full of top draft picks who are performing well. He's got an AL Cy Young Award winner, Skubal. He's got a free agent re-sign in Jack Flaherty. He's got position players, the least of which is Torkelson, who has to prove that he actually is a 1-1. Except the Tigers aren't my pick to win the division. You have to go to the place that's fighting for a new stadium. You have to go to a place in the middle of the country that puts the H in HOTTT. You think it's hot in Tampa during the summer. Why don't you go to Kansas City? You can fry an egg on your forehead. Do yourself an opportunity and watch the rotation of the Royals. Do yourself a favor and take a look at Seth Lugo and say, wow, that guy's the second or third best pitcher they have. Take a look at who Coca thinks is going to win the Cy Young Award this year. Take a look at who may be the best position player in baseball, not counting designated hitter, Bobby Witt Jr. The Royals are deep. Now, you would say to yourself, Salvador Perez has no chance to be good. He's 169 years old. And I'll tell you, at plus 270, the Royals are going to win the AL Central. How about the AL East? Yankees? Nope. Orioles? Sorry. Blue Jays? You got this. One more run with Vladimir Guerrero. You brought in Santander. You have an absolute opportunity with Berrios, your opening day pitcher, a deep staff, a bullpen, not bad and fortified. Nope. Tampa Bay Rays, a.k.a. Steinbrenner's Rays. Nope. Why are the Boston Red Sox plus 350? They may have the best number one in that division. Now, I don't like what he does and how he says, and that he wants an extension, won't pitch this, won't pitch that. The fact is that the most important offseason acquisition was Garrett Crochet. The Red Sox are plus 350 to win that division, and we're taking them. So those are your 6 playoff teams because they're division winners. How about wild card winners? I'd like to apologize before we start. I'm sorry, Toronto. You are loyal to me. I get it. Even Montreal is. But nope. The Blue Jays will not make the playoffs. I'm sorry, New Yorkers. I understand we have a big audience in New York, and you know that Giancarlo is my favorite, off and on the field. But nope. The 3 wildcard teams in the American League are going to be the aforementioned Tigers, the aforementioned Orioles, and the Texas Rangers. You may be saying to yourself, the Texas Rangers, the team that won the World Series 2 years ago over the Diamondbacks, are they still good enough with Eovaldi still as their opening day starter? You bet your Bippy. Take a look at that lineup. The Rangers are minus 125 to make the postseason. The Orioles are minus 150 and the Tigers are plus 110. Those are your 3 wild card teams. When it comes to the National League, I've got the same picks as everyone else, which means we're probably all wrong. But I don't know how you look at the National League and you do not have the Diamondbacks with Jordan Montgomery leading that great rotation, how you could not have the Diamondbacks making the playoffs. Oh, I'm not making a mistake. I know Jordan Montgomery's getting Tommy John. I know Jordan Montgomery's getting paid $22.5 million. And the good news about Tommy John is Ken Kendrick does not have to look at him the whole season, because I promise you he's going to be rehabbing outside the clubhouse. He will not be on the bench. You wait to see. Corbin Burns at $210 million on that 6-year deal. He is going to lead the Diamondbacks to the playoffs. My NL East rivals, the Phillies, will make it. My NL East rivals, the Mets, will make it. They are heavy, heavy favorites to be in the playoffs, and they will. Your wild card winners in the National League, Diamondbacks, Phillies, and Mets. So how do I feel about the World Series matchup? 2 years ago, we had the Rangers and the Diamondbacks. No one picked that. Last year, I had the Mariners. I don't remember who I had them beating, Coca. I think I may have had the Mariners over the Braves. That didn't work. Well, I got one this year. Yes, it's true. I've got one team that's plus 170 and one team that's plus 900. I had Mariners over Diamondbacks. That was a great pick last year. My World Series pick this year is the Los Angeles Dodgers beating the Boston Red Sox. The reason why I believe the Dodgers will play the Red Sox in the World Series is A, It is a critical year to follow the Dodgers Yankees. It can't be the Yankees. A Dodgers Red Sox World Series will be huge for Major League Baseball. They need that. I'm not giving you conspiracies. I'm just pointing out that having two teams with high payrolls in the World Series again is not optimal for the fighting that owners do about needing a salary cap and a salary floor and competitive imbalance. Having the Dodgers repeat as champions is a pain in the neck for Rob Manfred in his left pocket, but in his right pocket, it's a DCT, a dream come true. And I want dreams to come true for Commissioner Rob Manfred and for all of you too in LA. And for you, Chris Brockman, Dodgers over the Red Sox. That will be your World Series come October.